a beautiful night for some college basketball. As the Lopes return to GCU Arena, the fans are filing in for the Lopes WAC home opener as they take on the Lancers of Cal Baptist tonight. Happy New Year. We bring you the gift of college basketball right here. Kate Longworth coming at you on the Lopes Pregame Show, live right here on Fox 10 Extra. And for all of you who made those promises that you weren't going to eat sugar this month and you're heading to the gym every day, well, I'm here to free you of those and give you a resolution you can keep. Just sit back on the couch and relax. We'll do all the hard lifting tonight as we welcome you into some basketball. It's an easy resolution. Just watch sports, enjoy life, right? Well, that's what the Lopes are hoping to do as their second season, if you will, is underway. Dan Marley always breaks the season into 3 different phases. That first season being the preseason non-conference games, and then now WAC play, and of course that third season will be postseason play and tournament action. And as we take a look at how the WAC standings are filling out so far these first couple weeks, surprise, surprise, well maybe not, New Mexico State leading the charge with a 2-0 record. They did come into conference action with 11-6 overall record. Cal Baptist strong out of the gate too. The Lancers 2-1 conference action. Kansas City also 2-1. And then you'll see Grand Canyon still looking for their first win in conference action. They did go head-to-head with Bakersfield last week. Bakersfield came out on top of that. But the best thing about conference action is, first of all, it's still anyone's game right now. It is very new in the season. But the best part is the players tend to bring their strongest stuff to the court, and we tend to bring our best guys to call all the action. That's right. It's time now to bring in Barry Buttell and Scott Williams. They've been with us throughout the first part of the season, but now as we venture into WAC play, the second season, I know you guys got your game faces on.
No doubt about it. Yeah, it's crazy that California Baptist comes in. This is already their 4th conference matchup, while the Lopes making their home conference debut here tonight.
Yeah, Cal Baptist has been playing really good basketball. They got off to kind of a slower start, but they've won 8 of their last 9. And that only loss was to New Mexico State, so they're playing some good hoops.
They're coming off a victory at Bakersfield, a different story in the opener of conference play for GCU as they dropped a 69-62 decision at Bakersfield. 13 unanswered points to close out the game. Very disappointing.
Yeah, they played well for 32 minutes of that basketball game and just had a power outage at the end. Could not get anything to drop from the field. Couldn't work their way to the free throw line and just went on to give that one away.
A guy that stood out, 17 points in the game, Carlos Johnson, is going to be called upon here, especially in conference play.
Yeah, Carlos Johnson's been an absolute beast on the basketball floor. Last 2 times out in here at home, he started out the first half 4 or 5 from the field, and he took that on the road with him. He was dropping all over the place. He wasn't hit from the outside. He was dishing to his teammates or driving the ball to the basket. Just a complete game for CJ.
17 points for Carlos Johnson in the game. The freshman continues to shine. Javon Blackshear, still some things he needs to work on, obviously, but he's piling up minutes, and he's piling up quality minutes.
He's just a smart basketball player. He knows how to run the show out there on the floor. He can score the ball, but he's probably at his best when he's dishing it off to his teammates. I mean, the extra effort, the energy plays are just infected amongst his bunch. He's become a leader on the floor for Coach Marley. You got to give him the keys to the car here. Once the season now, regular season, conference season has started, and he can just go and do whatever he wants. He's so crafty with the basketball, doesn't turn it over too much very often, and is he good in the classroom as well?
Yeah, he's had quality on the court. He's also quality in the classroom. 3.23 GPA in sports management, leading the team in minutes. He joined Alyssa Christensen, the junior from the swimming team, as the academic standouts for the month of December. Speaking of standouts, California Baptist coming in, as you mentioned, winners of 8 of their last 9. They're 2-1 overall in the conference, coming over a decisive victory over Bakersfield at Bakersfield. Brandon Boyd is one guy to talk about. We've been talking about Milan Aqua. They also have Farron Flavors Jr., but Brandon Boyd's the guy that's stepping in.
Yeah, Brandon Boyd's been playing absolutely fantastic. He set his career high in points with 25. The last 2 times he's been on the floor, does a little bit of everything. He can drive the ball to the basket. He obviously gets to that foul line. He was 13 of 14 from the free throw line against Bakersfield, and he knocked down a couple 3-point shots as well. So if you charge out on him, he'll blow by you, and if you sag off, he'll shoot it over the top of the defense.
A lot of depth for this Cal Baptist team. The Lancers coming in. Should be quite a matchup. We'll send it back upstairs to you, Kate.
All right, thank you guys. And I think there's already a different energy here inside the arena because, well, the Havocs are back from their holiday break. So they're bringing that energy. But throwing it back down to you guys to just get your thoughts. When conference action starts, from a player's perspective, Scott, is it any different, that preparation? Because these are some teams you know about. These are games you've got circled on the calendar when you're back in the gym in July getting ready for the season ahead.
Yeah, the non-conference, sometimes you don't see a team for 3-4 years before you see them again. All the players you played against and competed against had the little bumps and grinds, but they're gone. But in the conference, they just saw this last year. Even Dan Marley got in a little bit of the action on the sideline with some of the Cal Baptist players. So you know they're ready for this one. They got them twice last year. Cal Baptist is probably smelling a little blood in GCU Arena. They may come out here and try to stomp this GCU team quick, but I know the Lopes will be up for the challenge.
Well, it seems like California Baptist trying to follow in the same mold that the Lopes utilized. Very successful launch into D1 basketball. They had 15 wins their first season. California Baptist topped that with 16 a year ago. We'll see how this matchup goes against Milan Aqua, his ever-popular relationship with head coach Dan Marley. We'll see who rights the ship here tonight.
All right, guys, it will be fun. I think conference action always brings that excitement, but also, like you mentioned, the Lancers and the Lopes, they've already started an early rivalry. So we'll see how this one all plays out when we get the inside scoop from the Lopes insider. Paul Coro joins us next here on the Lopes pregame show. We'll be right back.
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Oh, baby, come on and say it now. Just let the words come out. Give me love.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
You use the latest technology to treat patients. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves.
Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show, coming at you here on Fox 10 Extra, where even the youngest are getting ready for the game ahead. And the Havocs are back in the house tonight, which means the Lancers not only had to handle the Lopes on the court, but also the exciting atmosphere. And as we welcome you back here to our show with the Lopes WAC home opener, we also welcome in the Lopes insider, Paul Coro. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us.
Happy New Year to you. It's been a while since we got together like this.
Yeah, but I know you've still been working hard. Obviously, you were with the team too when they started off this WAC play. So what were your thoughts on how the action went in that first WAC game against Bakersfield?
Well, they were really excited about having that clean slate because they still feel like they can do so much in conference play, and to be up 12 in the second half, and they were really playing their best offense of the season at that point. And there was really a turning point in there where Laver got knocked in the head and he was bleeding down his scalp, and it seemed to be a momentum shift because then they made some shots, and even after that they had a chance to close it out. And it's unfortunate the way it finished with a big run by Bakersfield, a win, tough place to play, but even down the stretch it was like a front-end free throw might have changed the game.
Right, and kind of sticking with Laver, what have you seen from him, the maturation he's shown, or how has he grown so far this season in the Lopes uniform?
Yeah, you can really see the work he puts in year-round, and the way he's always been so sound with his footwork offensively and had that shooting touch, but now he's so much more efficient and confident. He gets the ball in the post like that and he immediately attacks. There's no hesitation. He knows what he can do against people. He's got an arsenal of different types of shots and can take it to the outside and hit threes. He's just been a more efficient offensive player. Now he's just got to stay on the floor. The foul trouble he had at Bakersfield hurt them.
Right, and then also I think a player that everyone was very excited to see in the Lopes uniform, now 3 games under his belt, Mikey Dixon. What have you seen from him, averaging about 9 points per game? What do you think his capacity can be in his role with this squad?
Yeah, I really feel like tonight could be a breakout night for Mikey. He's so much better than what he's shown in the 3 games he's playing. He's been trying to adapt and fit in and kind of defer to guys because he didn't want to just hijack the offense as a new guy, but he's been around this team for a year practicing, and he's the best shooter in the gym. And so everybody, players, coaches, are reminding him, let it go. And he kind of knows now that he's seen it on film that, he's a smaller guard and taking it inside isn't always the best way to do it. So I think you'll see him be aggressive with his outside shot early tonight.
He's the best shooter in the gym at practice. Really? You want to say that? Because you also were able to capture some pretty sweet threes, if you will, with Dan Marley out there with the team. He kind of unleashed it too.
Yeah, I'm going to cover myself and say this one was in the arena because I'm never going to go against
Dan Marley,
9 on a shooting contest. But yeah, that was funny. He was jumping in. They had some guys sick or injured over break, and so he would step in. He stuck to offense, half-court offense, no defense. I think he might have touched the paint once or twice. But you can see there, he's still got it. You don't ever lose that shooting touch.
Yeah, Thunder Dan still has it. I'm guessing it was fun for the players, too, to see Coach out there with them having some fun, right?
Yeah, they need a reminder every once now and then about how he could still school them and show them some things. And once he got going, it's not only the shooting touch that comes back, the competitive juices come back. He gets that look in his eyes, and he was changing teams and stuff to make sure he got the lineup he wanted on his team.
I don't know. He kind of has that look in his eyes when he's on the sideline or the court side, too. We'll see that come out tonight, no doubt. But let's also talk about one of Dan's former players, Darian Clark. I mean, he was such a fun player to watch here in the Lopes uniform playing basketball, but then he goes out there and really makes his dream come true. He'll be possibly suiting up for the Chicago Bears. How did that all unfold?
Yeah, who says GCU isn't a football school? First off, the Lopes are undefeated in football, and now they have an NFL player. So like Darian Clark's one of those guys, you look at him, sometimes there's these basketball guys you look at and go, that guy would be a heck of a football player. Darian Clark always believed it about himself. He was a high school quarterback, and he heard it a lot through college. He said he used to have dreams about it, and it kind of told him that he should give it a shot after he was done playing here. So he worked out. He had some friends at USC from playing there, and eventually got in some pro days, and it kept growing, giving him more chances to the point where the Bears saw him in the workout, and he's a tight end with a futures contract on the Bears, so he'll be in their OTAs and up through training camp on their 90-man roster.
I mean, if you're a Lopes fan or if you're just a fan of sports in general, that's one guy you want to root for. That's such an incredible story and perseverance. And now kind of just switching gears as some of the spring and winter sports continue here at GCU. When you look at men's volleyball team, what are you expecting for them this year?
Yeah, that's a team that was top 15 for most of the previous 2 seasons, and then last year they were top 15 going into the postseason and lost to USC with a team that was mostly freshmen. So now they're expecting to make that next leap with the program, be there regularly. They're in Hawaii right now. Nice scheduling by Matt Worley. But Hawaii's the #1 team in the nation. They'll play them tonight. So that just kind of shows you where the program's at, that they can schedule those type of games. They're #5 in the nation for attendance. They play at Antelope Gym, and it gets really raucous in there. They got a DJ in the student section. But it's become so popular that they've moved 6 of their games to here at GCU Arena because they've grown that kind of following, and they have that kind of high-tempo scoring game.
That is awesome. Well, it's great to have you up here. I'm sorry you didn't get the gig in Hawaii, but we're happy you're here with us. And you'll hear more from Paul throughout the game on the radio side. Plus, you can always visit him online, social media platforms. Well, coming up right after this, we are going to check in with State 48, an incredible local company that supports the local sports team, and we'll tell you what they are doing here at GCU when we come back.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Do you like to create, collaborate, and solve problems? At Grand Canyon University, you can earn your advanced degree in computer programming, computer science, or information technology. Explore the world of data science or business analytics and change the way businesses operate. Embrace your patriotism and study in cybersecurity or earn your Java certificate. Now's the time to make a change by building a career in one of these high-demand technology programs. Enroll today. Find your purpose at gcu.edu.
Welcome back. Here's here inside GCU Arena. We're on the Lopes Pregame Show, bringing you live action. Lots of family fans, and of course the Havoc's back in the house. band here as well, the Thundering Herd, as GCU opens its WAC play here at home tonight against Cal Baptist. Still looking for that first conference win after dropping a game earlier this month at Bakersfield. Kate Longworth, welcome you back. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to welcome in someone who I am very excited to talk to, a local entrepreneur here in the Valley. And you see their apparel, State 48, all over the state. And it's Mike Spangenberg joining us now. And first and foremost, how did State 48 come about? Because I think you and your friends have such a unique story on how you really put your dream into action.
Yeah, for sure. It all came from a passion. I mean, I was born and raised in Arizona, so that was unique. So we just wanted to represent Arizona in a positive and fashionable way. So it's really cool to partner with such great organizations and such great, universities and teams now. So
yeah, and you guys at State 48 Apparel have made it a mission kind of to go out there, team up with the local teams. You also started this partnership with GCU. Yeah. Why is that so important?
I mean, we're always going to say it's so much more than just selling t-shirts and hats. We're selling Arizona pride. We want to do so much more for our community. This is where we're from, and we just want to represent it in a positive way.
And here at GCU, they do a great thing with Canyon Ventures, where they have across the street 35 different startups kind of in incubators with student workers there. When you hear something like that, knowing the journey you've been through, what is that like for young students here that they can kind of realize their dreams can come to fruition?
Yeah, I think nowadays everyone can do anything they put their mind to. It just takes a lot of passion. It takes a lot of work ethic. It's just so cool to see entrepreneurship really take off and really see that's where the future is.
And speaking of that, what is it like for you when you see your apparel all throughout the state? Earlier this season, I interviewed Troy Lavello from Diamond.
Yeah.
He was sporting State 48. So what is that like for you when the brand has gotten so big?
It's seriously a dream come true. There's no better feeling than that. It's so rewarding to see. At the beginning it's all friends and family wearing your stuff, but now it's, all across Arizona. We still have a lot of room for opportunity and improvement, but it's just so cool to see it really, everyone take that sense of pride serious.
And it seems like, too, you have really tapped into a market of what players want to wear, what professionals want to wear, what fans want to wear. How do you go about to get your designs and how you're intermixing everything to kind of get everyone's style and stay with the trend?
Yeah, and relationships are everything. I mean, our partnership with the Diamondbacks, so we got to meet Torey Lavello, Luis Gonzalez ended up turning into a partnership. And, working with Hassan Reddick from the Arizona Cardinals, used to work with Bruce Arians. It all becomes of this person knows that person. It's just reputation. So we're grateful for everyone we get to work with.
So when it started as like a vision, a dream, a hope, and now you have this company that is thriving, what else is on the horizon for State 48?
Oh, yeah, it's a great question. There's so much opportunity. I mean, we're still not even scratching the surface yet, whether it's opening new doors. We launched a new credit card with 1AZ Credit Union. I mean, there's all these different license deals. Hopefully we can land a license plate deal. So we're really trying to just venture off and try different revenue streams and different ideas. But the sky's the limit for us, so we're grateful.
We wish you the best of luck. It's always really exciting. You hear of the holidays, support local. But this is something you can do all year long. A couple of entrepreneurs getting together and making a dream come true. That's State 48. All right, well, making dreams come true. Well, hopefully the Lopes are going to do just that. But it all starts at the top with Coach Barley. And right when we come back, he will sit down and go one-on-one with our Barry Patel to get tonight's game plan. We'll be right back with much, much more right after this.
Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show where we're counting you down to tip off. It's a big one tonight. It is the Lopes home WAC opener, and we are taking a look at what's in store for them this month. They will head to Chicago State on Thursday, followed by a game at Kansas City a week from tonight. Then back here at GCU Arena, January 23rd against Seattle University, and that'll be followed up Saturday, Utah Valley, and then at UTRGV to round off the month on January 30th. But right now we are focused in on what the Lancers will bring and how the Lopes will counterattack that. And so we head downstairs with Barry Boutel, who is standing by with Coach Dan Marley.
Thanks, Kate. I'm alongside the head coach, Dan Marley, as this is the home conference debut against California Baptist, coming off a tough one at Bakersfield, a team that doesn't seem to stop under Coach Barnes, and you had the lead there late, and they seem to kind of rally with the waning moments, under 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, I thought we played well for the most part. You know, we're up 12 with about 10 minutes to go, and kind of struggled down the stretch. Too many turnovers. We ended up only having 9 turnovers for the game, but 5 of those came at the critical stretch down at the second half. And then rebounding-wise, we were really holding our own against a team that can really rebound 22 apiece at the half, and then they out-rebound us by 11, 8 of those being offensive boards. So I think those turnovers and the rebounding really was a difference in the game for us, and disappointing loss. I thought we played well enough to win.
It's tough, you know, when you're watching or listening to the game and you hear Alessandro Laver get those 2 early fouls, and you're wondering, wow, this is going to be hard because he's going to have to sit down here. But the team seemed to hold their own. It was tied at 28 at the half.
Yeah, Ali fouled. We had the 2 fouls and probably played the last 11 minutes without him in the first half, and we did. We hung in there and was even at the halftime at 28-28, and then came out in the second half when he got a couple shots, you know, but he's being double teamed every time he touches the ball, so we were only able to get him about 6 shots. Have to be able to find a way to get him more buckets down there, and then do a better job of when we throw it in off the double teams, finding guys and other guys picking up the slack.
Talked a little bit with him this week and how he's going to battle through some of those double teams. Is it a matter, among other things, I'm sure, of just, you know, once he receives that ball to really look for the shot quickly?
Well, we got to do a better job of sometimes Ollie's not physical enough and he ends up getting pushed off the post. He's got to do a better job of sitting down and catching the ball closer to the basket, so when he does catch it, it's hard to double team if you're that close. You can't just score and try to shoot. But when he catches it, you know, 10 feet out, then they can double team him. And then again, we have to do a better job with cutting and finding open guys and be able to score out of that, because you have to make teams pay when they double team your big man.
Your thoughts about Carlos Johnson? Talk about a guy that can cut. He had 17 points in the game.
Yeah, Carlos has been fine. He's done a good job for us. He's got to continue to score the basketball, be aggressive, taking it to the basket. He's shooting the ball better from 3, which is nice. But he's a big part of what we have to do. Obviously, him and Alessandro, but we're going to have to get contributions out of Isaiah and Mikey. You know, Mikey's really struggling right now. I think he's overthinking the game. He's catching, he's trying to be an unselfish teammate, which is great, but some of his unselfishness actually becomes selfish, because he's the kind of guy, when he's open, he's got to shoot the basketball.
Yeah, it was really odd looking at that box score to see that he just was over from the field.
Well, he's trying to be too aggressive. He's trying to take the ball to the basket all the time. And as I said, when he's turning down open jumpers and trying to take it to the basket, he's not that big. So he's just got to take what the defense gives us to him. He's got to be a little bit more selfish.
Would you like to see the team, Carlos? He goes to the basket, but he can hit from anywhere. Mikey can. But would you like to maybe see that, where you guys could fall into some foul trouble and go to the line a little bit when you take it to the hole?
I think we do a pretty good job of going to the basket. The things that we don't do well is, when we get in there, we're not finding guys. Guys get in there and they try to score, and I think the scouting report on us now is that when guys drive to the basket, everybody, the defense swarms, and we've been working on this a lot. Our guys have to play off of 2 feet, which means when you get into the paint, if you see 3 or 4 guys in there, which is a lot of times you got to find open guys, and our guys have to move, and that's the most of the times we're successful when we shoot threes when it comes from inside to out.
The team you're playing, the Lancers from California Baptist, they seem to move the ball well. Watch their game at Bakersfield. It was kind of back and forth, but then they opened it up late. He turned the ball over 10 times in the game, but they got some other players to pick up the slack.
It was the same thing as us. I mean, they got out to a big lead, and then Bakersfield came back, and Baptist was able to close it out. They did a good job on Aqua. He did have 10 turnovers. I think we've done a great job on him last year. The 2 times we've played here, we held him. I think he probably averaged 11 points against us and turns the ball over. So we have to do a good job tonight of making him see a lot of people, make him a passer. Javon's going to have his hands full tonight. Aqua's a guy who's a big guy, can really use his size against a guy like Javon. So it'll be a good test for everybody.
Knowing what your lineup is right now and what the players who you have as you look down that bench, and I know you had some fun during the break and got out on the court and hit up some threes that hit the internet pretty hard. But is that from a coaching standpoint with your staff and knowing what you got now and who's going to be on the court, what your rotation is, how you want to play?
Yeah,
what kind of sets?
It's fine. The only thing, depth is overrated during games, but it's underrated during practice. I don't like to play a lot of guys anyway, so playing 7 guys really isn't the problem. The only thing is that we don't have really another big guy that can step in when Ali gets in foul trouble. The problem is in practice. We just don't have enough guys where we can get up and down and practice as hard as we want, or to get up and play 5-on-5 full, because we usually either have 9 or 10 guys. So that's the biggest part of it. But I'm happy with our guys. They've had a great attitude. They've played hard. As I said, at Bakersfield, I thought we did all the right things. We just had to do a better job of closing it out. And this is a chance here tonight to right the ship, to get a win here, hopefully, and then move on.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Dan Marley, head coach of the Lopes. We'll send it back upstairs to you, Kate.
All right, thank you, Barry. And as you heard, Dan Marley breaking things down, hoping the team can light it up on the court. And meanwhile, if you haven't downloaded that GCU app, well, this is what could be at your fingertips. It's the light show happening right now here at GCU Arena. And when we come back, you can enjoy the sights and sounds, and we'll take you on a trip around the WAC. You don't even have to leave your coach. That's when the Lopes, your couch rather, that's when the Lopes pregame show returns right.
To our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes. Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin'.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
All right, we want to remind you, you just saw that light show. Well, that all happens here on the GCU Lopes app. You can get all up-to-date information on all your favorite sports teams here at GCU. Plus, follow the action tonight while you're watching our broadcast here on Fox 10 Extra. You can see little stats coming up and everything else you could ever want right at your fingertips. That's the GCU Athletics app. All right, welcome back to the Lopes pregame show. As promised, we take a trip around the WAC. Here are some notable mentions. Kansas City beat Seattle 90-86 in their home opener in their opening night for WAC play. In a triple overtime, Kansas City's Hardnett was the player of the week for the first week of conference action. Now, New Mexico State, they have won 5 straight, but right now that winning streak on the line as they go head-to-head with Kansas City. We'll keep you updated throughout the game. But meanwhile, coming your way, the tip-off you've been waiting for, the Lancers versus the Lopes. Barry and Scott have the call right after this. The Havocs are in the house, and we are ready to go. GCU men's basketball coming your way on Fox 10 Extra right after this quick break.
I'm Brittany, and this is Ask GCU. Hi, I'm Brittany Holwyn, and you should watch Ask GCU,
where we answer your questions every week.
And the points don't matter. Wait, what?
Tune in every week for answers to be questioned.
Where we answer your questions in a common... all right.
I'm a professional Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit gcuhotel.com.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University and inside GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes play host to the Lancers in the conference home opener in Phoenix. Good evening and welcome to GCU basketball alongside three-time NBA champion Scott Williams. I'm Barry Butel. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, the Lancers come in from California Baptist, a record of 2-1 in the conference. This is already their fourth matchup. While they battle the Lopes, who are 0-1 after a loss at Bakersfield.
Yeah, they had a power outage the last about 5 minutes of that basketball game. Couldn't get anything going. Bakersfield goes on a 13-0 run to close it out.
One guy that did stand out as Laver got into some foul trouble early, but Carlos Johnson had 17 points on the night.
Carlos Johnson's been playing some good basketball. He had 4 or 5 three-pointers at home before that road trip, and then went out there and got caught fire. Was Alessandro Laver, who was hampered with foul trouble. They needed some leadership, and Johnson provided that in a big way. Huge scoring punch.
California Baptist, a team the Lopes handled quite well a season ago. A much improved squad. They've got a lot of transfers, one of them being the redshirt senior from Idaho State, Brandon Boyd.
Yeah, 180 pounds, 6'1", loves to attack the basket, can shoot 35% from behind the arc, has 25 points in his last 2 basketball games, so you have to really make sure that you watch him, keep an eye on him. If you run him off that three-point line, you got to get some help when he tries to bucket.
We'll also keep an eye on Milan Aqua and Farron Flavors Jr. It's California Baptist and the Lopes. Let's send it down to the public address announcer, Paul Denuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year, and welcome once again to the beautiful GCU Arena for tonight's Western Athletic Conference men's basketball matchup between the Lancers of California Baptist University and your Grand Canyon University and Lopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise if you are able. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Carol Gary, a GCU adjunct faculty member and a CCN superhero family member.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for the dedication and talent that these athletes display. We pray that you would keep them safe, and thank you for the staff, the volunteers, the fans who all make this night possible. Thank you also for GCU. We are grateful for the resources and the passion that they dedicate towards the vital efforts of Children's Cancer Network and Phoenix Children's Hospital, organizations who work tirelessly to help Arizona families in their journey with coping with the devastating path of pediatric cancer. We are grateful and honored to be in the presence of these families this evening, whether they are in this arena or they are tuning in from their child's room at Phoenix Children's Hospital or at home. Assure them, Lord, that you are bigger than cancer. Fill them with your love and your peace, and also help them understand that you are able to transform their journey and season of pain and sorrow into one that is full of joy and ultimate triumph. It is in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Carol Gary. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with a presentation of the national anthem. Tonight, the Star-Spangled Banner will be performed by the choirs from La Jolla High School and Copper Canyon High School, both part of the Tolleson Union High School District. La Jolla Choir is under the direction of Grace Kim, and Copper Canyon Choir is under the direction of Daniel Corrales.
Can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, La Jolla High School Choir, Copper Canyon High School Choir.
California Baptist University, the Lancers, 11-5 overall, 2-1 in the WAC. Their head coach, Rick Croy, in his 7th season. Here is his starting 5. Brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Play in style. Milan Aqua, Brandon Boyd, Farron Flavors Jr., Deshaun Davis, and Zach Parag.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on Milan Aqua because this guy can flat out get it done. Averaging 19 points a game. He was the preseason player of the year pick for the Western Athletic Conference, and he's on the Lou Henson watch list.
Hardy Aspria is the associate head coach. Adam Johnson and Jeffrey McIntosh, the assistant coaches for California Baptist, winners of 8 of their last 9, coming off a victory against Bakersfield on Wednesday. Time now to introduce you to GCU. GCU Lopes, losers at Bakersfield, 69-62 to open up conference play on Saturday, taking on the Lancers here tonight. Head coach Dan Marley in his 7th season, 128-82. Here is Coach Marley's starting 5, brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Javon Blackshear Jr., Isaiah Brown, Mikey Dixon, Carlos Johnson, and Alessandro Laver.
Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on Javon Blackshear Jr. tonight. This young freshman's really improved over the course of the non-conference schedule, but now can he do it in the conference schedule, averaging 11 points a game, nearly 5 assists a game. Coach Marley has given him the keys to the car, and he needs to drive it to a Lopes victory tonight.
The associate head coach is Marvin Menzies. The assistant coach is Chris Cremolone and Isaac Chu. Director of basketball operations, Dylan Hidalgo. Special assistant to the head coach is Johnny Hill. The video coordinator is Matt Lopez. Director of sports medicine, Jordy Hackett. And the director of sports performance is Gabe Borland. Time now for the Sanderson Ford keys to the game. The best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford.
Well, it's no State 48, but California is where I was born and raised, so I had to go with the California theme tonight, California Speedway. Get off to a fast start tonight offensively by pushing the tempo. And then the 405 had rush hour traffic. You know how that gets congested. That's what the Lopes got to do. They got to get back in transition and crowd the streets with bodies. make that team play in that area between the paint and the three-point line. And then because I'm such a huge college basketball fan, I went to that Ohio State Clemson game here, the Fiesta Bowl. What a game that was. I am looking forward to Monday night. Heart of a champion. If you want to win it all, you got to go out there and lay it all on the line. Dive for loose balls, offensive rebounds, get deflections, hustle back in transition, give it all to your teammates. Got to get off to a good start tonight. This is the first of the next three will all be on the road, so Lopes got to get off to a start that is reminiscent of Lopes basketball and get this Havoc crowd engaged.
The officials are Tom Nally, Toby Doolittle, and Eric Anderson. Havocs are back. Energy filling the arena, and we are underway. Maggie Dixon hands it off to Javon Blackshear. Into the traditional cut. Early read on the hairstyle for you. You just tuned in. Big turnaround, and Lopes can take a seat. Oh, how about that? Almost got it, and he did.
That's the kind of effort I'm talking about, and I love the big right hook by Laver, and then pressure 94 feet. Javon Blackshear causing havoc, creates the turnover.
Dixon in the corner. Push back out, Isaiah Brown. Laver got a little moving.
Laver's been getting these quick fouls to start these games. They need him on the floor. He's got to know, he's got to make sure he gets those size 17s
focus
planted on the floor before Brown makes that move, and Brown's got to help him out. And after a half tick, before you start to come off that screen, make sure your big man gets set. Work together.
Aqua, near side, looking inside. Working on Laver, backing in, turning, big right hand and good. For Davis.
Wow, big Davis. He's been an absolute beast, leading the conference and rebounding. That time he went down on the block, showed what he can do offensively.
Brown, bounce pass, Carlos Johnson. Eyed by Davis. Big right hand, 6'7", 225. Laver, open look for three. Too heavy, rebound, Lanchard.
Look at Carlos Johnson sprinting back in defense. You gotta like that effort, transition deep.
Aqua, near side, baseline, pushes back out, easy bucket for Zach Parag.
Wow, he comes off that screen, keeps probing the defense, and then slips a dime to his big man, rolling down the lane for the easiest bucket he's gonna get this year in the Western Athletic Conference.
Dixon moves right, little bit of room, jumper, ooh, that's off the mark.
That's a nice screen that time by Laver, free Dixon up. We get plenty of those looks, the looks will be okay.
Aqua from the arc, off of Parag.
Oh, I thought they called a whistle on there on Laver down there. It would have been his second. It's a series history, Barry.
22 straight, 27 of the last 28 against California Baptist. Last loss at home, December 18th of 1964.
Not even I was born then. It's like Clemson, North Carolina. Clemson hadn't beaten North Carolina and Chapel Hill in 90 years until today. Got upset in overtime. Ooh, someone lost a shoe.
Oh, action.
They tried to throw it back to the bench. That's the weakest toss I've ever seen. He barely got it past the half-court line.
Got a lot of baseball recruits in the building. Jay Bell also expected to be in attendance here, the former Diamondback. Oh, 64. The Beatles invasion, I believe, was 1964.
Well, that's your era there. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, early
shot across the bow to start the new year there.
Trying to one-up Jared Martin with the shoe flip. Blackshear. Hesitation, now kick back, look out. Oh, Dixon got a little hand on it, able to get it over to Johnson. Oh, shot clock violation.
Oh, the offense is away from the bench. I could see Coach Chu trying to yell that the shot clock was about to explode, but with all the noise in here, they couldn't hear him. 30-second violation.
Aqua brings it up. Across the center court, on by Blackshear. Quick ball movement. Boyd inside. Davis. Davis squares up on Laver. Inches towards the baseline. Now back out. Long distance. Oh, sweet shot there by Aqua.
That's old school basketball right there. You pull the ball inside. Defense sucks down closer to the basketball, and then you throw it back outside and give your guard a clean look.
7-0 run for the Lancers after Lopes got that opening bucket. Johnson step back three. Heavy. Big rebound. Aqua. Near side Aqua. Dishes back out. Quick three. In and out. Big rebound. Whoa! Aqua knocked it out, but pushed it back, and Dixon. Now to Blackshear. The wing. Open look for three. That's off the mark. Lopes cold. 0 for their last 5.
Yeah, and a lot of those are three-point shots. They got inside for their first bucket and haven't been back inside since.
Laver picked the pocket. They needed it. Brown cuts in. Key, floater. That's off the mark. Parag with it. Look at the signs there. It's like college football.
Yeah, they got a whiteboard.
The crowd factor here at GCU Arena. They're saving their voices over there.
Oh no, Cardinal sends. Trying to challenge. Yeah, can't foul the three. You got to challenge the three. Get a hand in the shooter's face, but never make contact with this guy out there 20 feet from the basket.
Johnson on Boyd.
Yeah, that's something that Boyd can do. He can get himself to the free throw line. 13 of 14 last game out.
81% free throw shooters, Brandon Boyd. Native of Los Angeles. Not gonna count it.
Line violation, huh? Hey, a line violation on the first free throw. Was that on the shooter or somebody on the line?
Didn't see where the official was pointing.
I've never seen that before in all my days of basketball. Well, I'm Brandon Boyd. I got to look at somebody. I'm an 80% shooter. What are you doing? Don't move. I got this.
Glenn Morrison checks in for Parag. Seven-point Lancers lead early on here in Phoenix. Well, all over Blackshear. Leaves for Brown. Boyd in his face, away from the wall. Laver brought down. Looks like Morrison might be called. Timeout on the floor. 15:48 to go. Lancers up 9-2 over the Lopes early here in Phoenix.
Time. Never enough hours in the day, not enough days in the week. But you always make time for work, for play, for creating a brighter future. GCU's Colangelo College of Business puts you first, so you can earn your MBA degree online on your time. To advance your career in business, it takes support from those around you. There's never been a better time to become tomorrow's leader than now. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu/MBA.
You have a foundation of strong values. You belong where your passions come to life. Grand Canyon University's online degree program in cybersecurity makes it convenient for you to join the newest front in keeping your community safe. GCU teaches you how to secure and protect a virtual environment. Join the growing field of cybersecurity.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
GCU men's basketball is brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. By BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. And by SRP, delivering water and power. Let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast team, Kate Longworth.
All right, guys, as we know, the Lopes here in their WAC home opener, and a lot of fans hoping to see some of the best from Mikey Dixon, the redshirt junior transfer from St. John's, appearing in his 4th game in the Lopes uniform. And in talking with the Lopes insider, Paul Coro, he said he really feels like this could be the game Mikey Dixon comes alive. He kind of wanted to take that back seat, get the feel for this, to see what his role would be, but now he's ready to unleash it. At least that's what Dan Marley and this team is hoping. Out at practice, he is one of the sharpest shooters out there, so really he has free range to go out there. If he gets a look, take it.
No doubt about it. This might be it. How about that on cue? Oh, come on. Rebound by Johnson. Back out. Labor puts it on the floor. In the paint, up high and in.
How about the handle by the big fella? They thought he was going to crack up another 3 out there to try to run him off that line. He very nicely puts it on the floor and takes it right to the front of the rim for an easy 2.
Floater tried to crawl over. Morrison pushed out. Lopes ball.
Well, you know, I was looking at the stat sheet during that break, and they were 0 for 3 from behind the arc, and none of them were really close. So when Mikey Dixon took that one, I was a little surprised, but that's the way Coach Marley drew it up, and I'm glad the second time Laver didn't shoot the 3 on that possession. He took it to the basket.
Johnson, hesitation, high off the glass.
Yeah, now they're going inside doing some damage.
Yeah.
That's where Big Will likes him to do some big work down there. 6 of the points down in the paint.
Aqua, high by Blackshear. Trying to turn, twist it around. Off the mark, Morrison tried to get a hand on it. Pushed out by the Lopes.
Oh, I thought that ball was off of Morrison.
All over it.
Well, you know, Morrison got cracked pretty good, so they could have called a foul, and sometimes the officials won't. So he gets kind of cracked right there. Oh, that might have been his own guy that cracked him. And it definitely went off a blue jersey. Where's the challenge flag?
Ooh, that would be great. Slow down the pace of play. That'd be great. Parag comes in for Morrison. Long distance shot off the mark there by Farron Flavors Jr.
See if they can get something. They can't get the primary break. See if they can get something in the secondary break here.
Favor. Brown. Bounce pass. Johnson. Far side. Inching in. Turning. Hoop and a harm. Yes.
Oh, he kind of flexing the guns down there. Carlos Johnson. Part of this. 4 points in a 6-0 mini burst here for the Lopes. Get this thing back to a tie game with 1 from the line. Look at him showing off the tries.
6-0 run over the last 1 minute, 15 seconds. 3 for their last 3 from the field of the Lopes.
That's just good basketball because they moved that ball from side to side twice and then got it Lopes down there on that block. And he's too big, too strong for a lot of Western Athletic Conference players. Look, full court press action.
Johnson and Labor accounting for all 9 points for the Lopes. Down low, Parag. Kicks back out, Boyd. Far side. Johnson and Brown. Baseline, push back out. Little low there for Parag. Couldn't corral it. Quickly up for Dixon. Back to Blackshear. Open look. Not there. Rebound, Boyd.
Well, Blackshear's improving his 3-point shot, but tonight it looks flat. I've seen him put a little bit more air under that ball. At least it did on that shot.
Both Qual in the game. Got a good night at Bakersfield. Picked up that slack for Aqua. Aqua lethal. Trying to cross over on Dixon. Short. Ball's bouncing around.
They got a push off underneath on one of the blue shirts, and that was a great job by Dixon staying in front of Aquas. He was really trying to give Dixon the business with some tricky dribbles between the legs and ins and outs, but Dixon didn't bite on any of it and then challenged the shot without fouling. Lopes have a chance to regain the lead.
Blackshear hands it off to Dixon. Johnson trying to work on Parag. Parag's called.
I mean, that's just Johnson seeing the mismatch. I got a big guy out on me that has no chance of staying with me if I attack his feet. Gets that body contact, nearly got the concentration to finish the shot. Are they saying that's on the floor? Oh, I take that back. I thought that was going to be a shooting foul.
In the ballgame for the Lopes, number 24, Bryce Okpo.
Okpo in for labor.
Okpo, I like him. He got pogo sticks for legs. Guarantee you he'd get some rebounds in his minutes on the floor.
Johnson. Quick shot by Dixon off the mark. Foul.
That's one of those baseline out of bounds plays. There's not a whole lot to it. Say, you set a screen for me, I'm going to run to the ball and catch it and shoot it. Old school basketball. Pick, go to the basketball, deliver the basketball right where the player can shoot the ball. Gets that contact and is going to go to the line. Oh, in and out.
Nike needs that ball to go through the basket here.
Yeah, struggling a little bit. You know, it's always a little tougher once that the lights are bright and the popcorn's popping, and you can shoot it well in practice, but you got to settle yourself down when come game time. And you got that little extra boost of adrenaline. You got to harness that energy, make it work for you, not against you.
Clay Armstrong in the game. He's got the ball in the corner. A long three. Off the mark. Pulled down by Dixon. And he's fouled by Perron.
Wow, look, CBU is really committing a lot of fouls early here in this game, and that's the second for Prague.
Prague out of there.
Already 16 fouls with 12:55 to go, so GCU is going to be shooting free throws the rest of this half with each Lancers foul.
For Dixon. Tied by Trey Armstrong. Blackshear, near side, driving baseline. Brown pulls back out. Blackshear, Johnson. Johnson trying to move on Qual. Stops, pops, floater, short. Lancers rebound. Aqua. Up for Qual. Drives. High off the glass. Aaron shot pulled down by Brown.
How about Brown on that glass? Looks like he wants Okpo to set that drag screen.
Jenkins gets up, goes over to the scorer's table. Dixon can't find a bucket. Boyd comes back. That's short. Rebound. That doesn't get put back by Qual. Rebound for Okpo.
Okpo was up there at the 10-foot level grabbing that ball.
Oh, he tried to bounce it in, but Boyd read it all the way. He's fouled by Blackshear. Timeout on the floor, 11:49 to go. We are knotted at 9. The new head coach of women's soccer, Chris Sissel, joins Kate coming up.
Actually doing it right.
Hi guys, what's up? Have you guys ever heard of Ask GCU?
I have heard of it.
I have before, yeah.
What is your favorite Ask GCU episode?
Why don't you go to GCU? Probably the best food place.
You know, we all love food.
Yeah.
So probably that episode.
What's the best way to drink a champagne?
Go-karts.
What is your favorite Ask GCU episode?
All of them.
Yeah, thank you.
My favorite episode is probably where
Where you guys talk about the best places to have breakfast on campus and everyone said Chick-fil-A.
That's the best breakfast I've ever had.
The Welcome Week episode.
The Welcome Week one, that one's really clutch.
the Welcome Week, where Brittany jumps around into people's cars and asks them questions. Remember, kids, don't get into people's vehicles.
I just really like you guys.
I just like it when you're in it.
You too. Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
Welcome back. Men's college basketball coming your way, and as promised already, it's a tight one between the Lopes and the Lancers, 9-all with under 12 to go in the first half. Kate Longworth, welcome you back. And I'm joined now by a very special guest, women's soccer new head coach, Chris Sissel. Thank you so much for being here. And first of all, you have a lot under your belt with your time at Kansas City. What was the lure? What brought you out here to Grand Canyon University?
Well, gosh, I mean, just look around. I mean, look at this facilities and the amenities, everything that they have here with such a phenomenal school and everything that we have available to us with the resources, and being a Christian school was something that I was really excited about. So I'm just thrilled to death to be here.
And you had 9 seasons with Kansas City and over 100 wins, a couple of WAC titles to your name. What's it take to achieve that type of success?
It's just a lot of work, a lot of dedication, really good recruiting, and I just think having a real passion, a real love for the game, and kind of combining that with like a family atmosphere, family environment has been kind of the key to our success.
And as a former soccer player here in the state of Arizona, I love what you're doing, especially for these young women to come here, enjoy the sport that they play, but also be able to engage in their studies. How do you go about doing that so they can make it to practice and make it to play?
Well, one of the things we've always done is we've kind of allowed the girls to major in whatever they're passionate about. And then once we get their academic schedules, then we coordinate and we plan the soccer training around their academic schedules, which is something like told them that way they feel like they're true student athletes and that we're actually putting academics first.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for joining us. We wish you all the best in the upcoming season. And guys, what a statement this team is making. Obviously, they go out there and play great under those stadium lights, but to also be putting school up there, some tremendous values for this squad.
Inspiring, yeah, that's definitely a novel approach. It's got to help with recruiting, knowing that anything you want to pursue, he's going to adjust.
That's great. Look forward to welcome GCU family.
Well, the Lopes have been on quite a run there. 7-0 run before the errant shot.
Oh, these teams are frigidly cold.
Yeah, 0 for the last 12 for the Lancers. They started 3 of 4.
Yeah, it's a combined 7 for 30 in the game for these two ball clubs.
Yeah, the Lancers had that 9-0 run. Boyd trying to move on Brown, right hand and in off the glass. Put it into another gear.
Yeah, he really got him thinking he was going to come back across the top, but really slid down that right lane. I was hoping Alessandro Laver would come over and try to provide some resistance at the rim, but not wanting to get that second foul, he stayed with his man.
Jenkins looks inside, Okpo. Moving, big right hand, that doesn't go. Up to Boyd. Boyd looking to move on Brown. A little slide there, not there. Big rebound, loose ball out. And it'll belong to GCU.
Nice job by Brown staying in front of Boyd that time, but this is the previous one here. He just got schooled on that one. Kind of a little herky-jerky dribble up on the top. Got Brown off balance and put his quick shoes on, went right to the basket.
Boyd and Davis take a seat for the Lancers. Trey Armstrong in the game. Morrison in the game. Wall in the game for the Lancers. Joining Aqua. And also Farron Flavors Jr. Laver. Both Morrison and Laver fall down. Morrison called.
Yeah, he's trying to draw a charge. They know how important Laver is to this basketball squad, so they're trying to get that second foul on him, so they'll have to go to the bench for the rest of the game. But when they're in the bonus like that, committing that foul, you'd put a good free throw shooter and Laver on the line, a chance to get a couple freebies.
I almost feel that's why they sat him down earlier, because they had Parag out there, and I think that was exactly what you were just talking about. I think they were trying to get that second personal foul on him.
Get that second quick one. You know, kind of as the Laver goes, this Lopes team seems to go. You get some spurts from Carlos Johnson, but really the heart of this team is with Alessandro Laver being out there on the floor.
Off the glass and in. All 11 points to the Lopes. Laver and Johnson, 4 of 7 from the field. 2-point CBU lead. Lorenzo Jenkins. Laver working on Morrison. Jenkins. Bunch up the middle. Brown stops. 3-pointer. Not there. The rest of the team 0 for 10 from the field.
This Lancers defense is doing a nice job not letting anybody get into that paint. So Lopes are kind of settling for those long shots. And with them not falling right now, I would continue to probe inside.
Whoa, open, doesn't go!
And Carlos Johnson got caught between using the backboard and wanting to dunk that one. He's surprised how open he was, and then they give up a layup at the other end. That's a 4-point turnaround. The 2 you don't get, the sure 2 you don't get, which you normally would get 95% of the time, versus the giving up the 2 at the other end. So almost like a 4-0 run in itself.
Easy kiss. That was almost picked off by Qual. right back to Brown. Blackshear up at the scorer's table. About to come back. Jenkins. That's off the mark. Aqua brings it up. Bounce pass. Qual. Wide open look for three. Way off the mark. Big rebound. Ooh. Brown took a shot from Trey Armstrong. Timeout on the floor. CBU lead is 4. As this game started out strong for CBU, the Lopes came back on a run, then they've gotten cold. 11 points for the likes of Laver and Johnson. The rest of the team 0 for 11 from the field. Mikey Dixon still looking for that elusive bucket.
Yeah, I was hoping the Lopes would get off to a fast start. You got two guys that are playing well, but the rest of the team has yet to join them.
As the Lopes try to battle here on their home court, Alessandro Laver, the big story here in the opening half, as we mentioned just previously, looking sharp early on.
Yeah, I love the fact that he's attacking the basket. He took one three-point shot, but he's been going inside for most of his buckets. And same with Carlos Johnson. He's at his best when he just doesn't settle for what the defense wants to get him. He just goes inside, puts him in the torture chamber, and just works him down low.
For every three-point shot that GCU makes, Canyon State Credit Union will make a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, go to giving.gcu.edu. So far, they haven't had to open up their wallets here for GCU. 0 for 7 from the arc early on, while CBU is just 1 of 8. Aqua with that early three.
Yeah, GCU 4 for 19 from the field. You shoot 21%. You already mentioned how poorly they're shooting from behind the arc. And whatever Coach Marley's drawing, well, they got a couple free throws they'll shoot first, but the next play down, I hope the play is to go back inside to Laver down on that block and let some good things happen.
Students enjoy the break. Back on campus. Walt Cook and the Thundering Herd Band. Cheer, dance. All part of the great atmosphere here at GCU Arena. Now short. Carlos tried to get a hand on it.
Lopes not doing themselves any favors at the charity stripe either. Dixon missed a couple, and then a front end of a 1-and-1 there.
Way off the mark. Oh, this is not
UGLY. They ain't got no alibi. This is ugly, ugly, ugly on both sides of this court right now, the north side and the south side. No one can buy one from three-point land. Layups won't go. Free throws won't fall. This is the most pathetic display of offensive basketball I've seen in college level so far this season to start a ball game.
No pony punches.
Pick it up.
Pick up a hangover here on the 11th of January. Dixon puts it on. Kick back out. Laver. Oh yeah, why not? Just keep giving Alessandro Laver the basketball.
Oh, Alessandro Laver, thanks for bailing us out up here. That was a great execution of the offense. Just a little pop by the big guy out there on the baseline. Laver's got 8 points.
Hey, he's like, who are you talking about, Scott? You're not talking about me. Rebound. Ends up with Blackshear.
Surprised they missed. Oh, they got a nice opportunity for a backdoor to Jenkins, and I think, was it Blackshear tried to skim the ball off the floor. It just stayed low. It never rose. And Jenkins was not able to go down there and corral it.
4 turnovers for GCU. Blackshear with 2. Wide open look. And good for Farron Flavors Jr., the redshirt junior.
Nobody within 10 feet of the shooter on that particular shot there, eh? Plenty of time to line up that ball, get your feet set, your shoulders square, knock that one down. It's just a long free throw if no one's going to guard him.
5-point lead, CBU. Again, looking for Laver. Morrison guarding him. Moves baseline, kick back out. Jenkins back inside to Labor. 5 on the shot clock. Step back, floater, good. Oh, mercy.
He's making that little stanky-legged fall-away jump shot a couple times. That's the way Dirk Nowitzki used to do it down in Dallas. Kind of a fall-away off the goofy-footed jump shot.
Ooh, Boyd with the bucket.
I was talking bad about these teams not being able to score. Now all of a sudden they're lighting it up.
CBU bench active. Ooh, that's almost, yes it is, picked off by Quam. Coming back from the injury, no look pass, takes it back, swatted away, Carlos Johnson. Quickly up, Mikey Dixon takes it, not gonna happen.
I don't know why Mikey Dixon didn't give it to Jenkins on the right wing. He had a good 2 or 3 feet on him. Let's give it to the big fella, let him slam it down. And then this is the block. I love that one by Carlos Johnson. And Lances were too little nonchalant on that 3-and-1 break, but Mikey Dixon got to get that basketball up. If you got somebody in front of you, give it up. You could have played a little defense, a little interference if he would have just given it up and continued to run down that line. He could have been almost like a running block. Would have been an easy dunk for Jenkins.
Boyd had the open look. That's out. It belongs to the Lancers with 20 on the shot clock. Boyd, his staff active. Inbound. Quick 3-point attempt. Front rim not there. Rebound up for Blackshear.
Nice job that time getting that ball. Let's see if Blackshear try to push it down here. They got to run that little pick and roll with Labor. Didn't have it.
And Dixon to just hit a bucket. Out of this funk. Underhand and in for Mikey Dixon.
That was nice that time by Mikey Dixon. He kept that dribble alive coming off of that screen right there at the free throw line and got it to fall.
I'll look back to December 21st for a bucket for Mikey. It's been a long time. Back for Boyd. Long three not there. Rebound. Dixon.
Coach Marley wants him to set up the offense, get a good shot here. Nice if Lopes can continue to get a little momentum here, take that momentum to the locker room with 4.5 to play.
CBU up 3. Jenkins inside, Labor working, Davis back out. Off Jenkins, CBU.
Look at Dixon one more time here. He gets the switch he wants. The big guy, when he came off that screen, Labor's guy Davis comes out on him, then he just realized there's no way Davis is going to be able to stay with me if I put my head down and take it to the rack.
Oppo in for Jenkins. Long 3. In and out. By Flavors Jr.
I'll tell you, the Lancers got back in defense after that long 3 real quickly, make the Lopes have to set up their half-court offense.
Mikey Dixon off the mark. Far side, Blackshear trying to work on him. Step back, little floater, in and out. Knocked out by the Lancers. Time on the floor, 3:42 to go. Opening half. CBU up 5-3. Keep it right here.
Curiosity fuels you. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems, you're helping to build a better tomorrow. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
It takes grit and determination to lead a Division I team. But for some of us, it just comes naturally.
Here for
Welcome back inside GCU Arena right now. A 3-point game with just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. And as we take a look at our BSN athletic calendar, tomorrow men's tennis is at Weber State. Meanwhile, Tuesday, women's tennis going up against Duke. And on Thursday, men's tennis over down the I-10 at Arizona State. Thursday, women's basketball, Nicole's Pals team going up against Chicago State before men's basketball team also faces off with them at Chicago State. Kate Longworth reminding you to stay tuned here at halftime when the clock expires. Well, we will talk with Dan Marley. Never can predict what he's going to say, so you want to be sure to stand by to get his thoughts so far on the first half between the Lancers and the Lopes, plus what the plan of attack will be for the second half. Guys?
Thanks, Kate. Look forward to that.
Coach Marley checking out that stat sheet, probably a little surprised that his team not be able to shoot a little higher percentage here in this first half. But the good thing about the Lopes, we've called these games for the last 5 years, Barry, regardless of how the first half has gone, they've always been able to put together some sort of run in the final 4 minutes of a half to give them that momentum that will propel them in the second half to play better basketball. See if that holds true tonight.
Need others than Laver and Johnson to start contributing. Oakbo. Bounce pass into Laver. Laver. Step back by Davis. In and out. 3:15 to go opening half. Aqua. Looks lowest first half output was 24 at San Diego State on November 13th. Big off the mark. Both teams will be looking for their scoring touch in the locker room. Dixon gives it to Blackshear. Blackshear looking for Laver. Bounce pass into him. Davis bumping up him. Little support there. Push back out to Blackshear. Finds Carlos Johnson.
Nice job by Carlos Johnson. And a nice pass that time as well by the young freshman Blackshear. Gave it over to Davis. I thought Carlos Johnson was going to shoot a little 14-footer just on the right side of the rim, but he gets a little chicken wing down here on the defender on his way to the basket, and does a nice job creating that contact and got a chance to go to the free throw line.
Reed Nottage, Sydney, Australia native with the foul.
Well, cores both teams have played. We got ourselves a two-point basketball game. It's kind of like one of these situations where who's going to be able to make that run to get a little separation, because the way the offenses are going, that just a small little mini spurt might be enough to propel you for the rest of the game.
Davis can't put it in. Pulled down by Brown. Up for Blackshear.
Davis tried to go to that left-hand hook. He got it ball right in front of the basket, but just couldn't get it to go.
Laver hits for two to tie the game up.
Well, I don't know where the Lopes would be without Laver, because if he had gotten that second foul early in this game after picking up the first one inside 2 minutes, Lopes wouldn't have anybody that could score the ball for him.
Rockwell almost lost it. Lavers Jr. over to Nottage. Nottage inside to Davis. Davis working on Laver. Goes right hand off the glass.
Oh, that was nice. First time he goes in there and he goes right shoulder turn on the left hand. This time he snaps it back, left shoulder turn with the right hand. And of course, Laver, like you say, does not want to get that another foul here this late in the half.
Johnson. Stop. Pops at the key. Good.
Carlos Johnson, Alessandro Laver putting the Lopes team on their back. Nice job right there, working yourself right to the free throw line. In fact, they got 20 of the 22 points tonight.
Aqua to Qual. Good. Nothing but net.
Well, that wasn't tied up for long as the Lancers find the corner pocket three.
Qual looks back at the GCU bench after that three. Johnson. Blocks you. Aqua with a hand in his face. Labor over serve support. Labor for two. No. .30 to go. Aqua, blocks you almost took a stab at that.
Well, Lopes have a foul to give if they choose to give it. They only have 4 team fouls, so they might want to do something with about 4 to 6 seconds. Go ahead and commit the foul and make them have to reset their offense.
Aqua in the corner again. Oh, got the bounce. Paul again turns and looks at the bench. Long three off the mark.
We were tied at 22 and a couple threes. Makes it now a 6-point advantage as the Lancers take the momentum to the locker room. But GCU's got to figure out a way to get some of these other guys involved in the second half.
Down to King.
All right, thank you. Well, we were just kind of tailoring off what they were saying with Labor and Johnson accounting for 20 of the 22 points. How have they stepped it up, but also how do you get everyone else in the mix?
Just got to keep playing for each other. We got in the bonus early. We got to drive downhill, drive and kick. We got to make our free throws, and we got to just start making some shots. I mean, you know, defense is fine. Got 28 points, but we just got 22. We got to, once we get in the bonus, we got to keep taking it in, and guys got to step up.
And you know, with WAC play, every game is going to go down to the wire. It's going to be tough. So what's the message to the team at the break to come out here and have a strong second half?
Yeah, just keep fighting. I thought we had too many turnovers. Just got to do a better job. Keep fighting.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Majerle. As he mentioned, the squad very strong on defense, limiting the Lancers to under 30 points. However, GCU stands at 22 points, so they need to turn it up here in the second half. We'll be right back with more Lopes halftime show coming your way right after this. With some special guests, we check in and how you can support some local charities.
When it comes to school spirit, we do it best. Lopes up.
Lopes up.
Lopes up.
Lopes up from Afghanistan.
Hear the thunder. Hear Lopes. Lopes up. Hear the thunder.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people and teams to discover their true potential, but you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's PhD in Performance Psychology online degree program gives you the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level, and do it all within your tight schedule. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Our military heroes' courage and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors our heroes and pays tribute to your heroism. Thank you for your service.
You use the latest technology to treat patients, but your care and compassion is timeless. Advancing your career means helping more patients and providing even more care. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Welcome back to the Lopes halftime show, coming at you here on Fox 10 Extra. Right now, the Lopes sit at 22 points, trailing the Lancers by 6. Cal Baptist with the overall lead, 28-22. Right now, Dan Marley inside talking to his team about the second half game plan. Meanwhile, Kate Longworth joining me courtside right now with some very special guests. Patty Luttrell joining me to talk about the Run to Fight Children's Cancer. This is a very important charity that GCU has been supporting. Race in April will be the 10th race. How did this all come about, the Run to Fight Children's Cancer?
The Run to Fight Children's Cancer started 10 years ago. GCU decided to make a difference to the childhood cancer community, and they just really stepped up. Children's Cancer Network has always been a beneficiary. We've been so grateful. And 3 years ago, they asked us to take over the event. So it's been so much fun, and GCU has continued to be a wonderful support.
This year, the race will be on April 5th over at Salt River Fields. How can people be a part of the event? And if they can't make it to Scottsdale, how can they still support?
So it is April 5th at Salt River Fields. It's still Run to Fight Cancer. So the website is runtofightcancer.com. And you can find out all kinds of information. And the best part is tonight, all through the evening until 11:30 tonight. You can get a 25% discount with GCU Lopes 20. So sign on, register with GCU Lopes 20, and we look forward to seeing you there.
This is a event you want to be a part of. Some of the heroes of the game we're always talking about here at GCU with the men's basketball program. However, these are the heroes of life. I'm talking about my friend Angel here. He is this year's race starter, and every year there's a different race starter. One of the heroes, the young heroes, have gone out there and survived and fought cancer. And this year, Angel will be the race starter on April 5th. What are you looking forward to? Is it going to be fun?
Yes, it will be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. And for Mom, what is it like for you to have the support of this charity for Angel and for your family?
Honestly, it's great having the support of Children's Cancer Network, all of these families that have come to support me, but even what they do all throughout the year, they're giving back to help us go back to school, helping with supplies, Christmas programs, and then events throughout the years that just make us feel normal and just makes it easier while we're going through this situation.
Yeah, battled something incredible, but you have got to go back to school, right?
Yeah.
What was it like when you went back to school? Because I heard all your friends came out and wanted to high-five you.
Yeah, they did. It was awesome.
Yeah, so when Angel returned to school after the biggest fight of his life, all of his friends came out supporting him as he ran down, and now you, on April 5th, can also support this great cause with the Run to Fight Children's Cancer. Over the years we've covered this event, I've met some great friends, and now you can go out and support families like Angel's who really are the true heroes of life. Thank you so much, Patty, for being involved. Visit the website, get involved. And meanwhile, we want to continue to talk men's college basketball here as well. So when we return, we'll bring back Barry and Scott to break down all the stats, highlights, and much, much more here on the Lopes Halftime Show, coming at you, Fox 10 Extra, right after this.
I haven't watched it.
Getting ready to trade it in. What are you doing?
Just a little shopping. Wait, a new truck. Don't you think I should be involved?
Of course. We'll head over to Sanderson Ford as soon as I'm done.
I don't have time today. Hope we're going with 4 doors this time.
Ooh, of course. I know exactly what I want. I mean, we want. A lightning blue Ford F-150 Super Crew with EcoBoost.
All done.
Shop from home, buy from home, we deliver. From the dealer you can trust, Sanderson Ford.
Oh, baby, come on and say it now. Just let the words come out.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
You use the latest technology to treat patients. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves.
Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Back at GCU Arena, where CBU is on top of the Lopes, 28-22. Both teams experiencing some runs. Barry Bussell alongside Scott Williams back here in Phoenix. The Lancers had runs of 9 and 6. The Lopes had a run of 7. The shooting was cold on both sides. We'll see what happens in the second half, but what did you see from the opening half?
Well,
certainly a labor.
The defenses were good. It's just the offenses, we never really got on track after a couple mini spurts, as you mentioned. But Alessandro Labor was absolutely fantastic. I like the way the big fella has brought his game to the yard tonight. He's done it in a variety of different ways. I think he got going inside early with a strong right-hand hook. He took the ball to the basket a couple times, and then he started getting his outside shot going. That when he got off the kind of the little play there, the pitch to the outside there on the left wing. And then I love this one right here. Get walled up by the defense. Shot clock about to expire. Realize the rest of the team's having a tough time scoring. You knock one down.
The highlights brought to you by SRP, delivering water and power. Here's our first half stats brought to you by Commonwealth Insurance, the way insurance should be. The shooting, not outstanding for either team. The three-point arc, definitely very elusive for GCU. Rebounding margin tied up at 24. Turnovers, Big number there for GCU.
Yeah, that was the problem. They got 8 points off for those turnovers, and they only forced 2 turnovers. And the first one came by Blackshear. The first minute of the basketball game, so only the one for the rest of the 19 minutes. They can do a better job of causing some havoc in the backcourt, causing some turnovers to lead to some easy buckets.
We'll step aside. Kate will be back with Jay Bell, the former Diamondback, in attendance here tonight. Stick around.
Do you like to create, collaborate, and solve problems? At Grand Canyon University, you can earn your advanced degree in computer programming, computer science, or information technology. Explore the world of data science or business analytics and change the way businesses operate. Embrace your patriotism and study in cybersecurity or earn your Java certificate. Now's the time to make a change by building a career in one of these high-demand technology programs. Enroll today. Find your purpose at gcu.edu.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
Welcome back to our Streets of New York Pizza. First half leading scorers in this one, and as we mentioned, Carlos Johnson and Alessandro Laver coming up big for the Lopes so far, acquiring 20 of their 22 points in the first half. Laver leading all scorers with 12 points, but of course everyone else has to step up. Brandon Boyd leading the way with 6 for Cal Baptist. When we come back, we're going to go from the leading scorers of this game to the guy who scored the Arizona Diamondbacks their first World Series. Jay Bell joins us on the other side. We'll be right back.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Came through drippin', came through drippin', came through drippin', diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', came through drippin'.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
Hi, I'm Brittany, and this is Ask GCU. Hi, I'm Brittany Holwyn, and you should watch Ask GCU,
where we answer your questions every week.
And the points don't matter. Wait, what?
Tune in every week for answers to be questioned.
Where we answer your questions in a common... All right.
I'm a professional manager!
Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. We are just moments away from second half action. Right now, the Lancers leading the Lopes 28-22. And I am joined now by the great Jay Bell, former star of the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going to talk about his heydays during that. But first, we are just showing off a new logo. It is known as the Trash Panda. And if you were on social media this week, you heard a lot about the Trash Pandas, and Jay Bell named the manager of the AA affiliate with the Angels. First of all, this was a contest that came about. What is a Trash Panda? And then we're going to congratulate you on this new job, but let's get to the lead of the story.
Yeah, having grown up in the Southeast, I know what a Trash Panda is. It's a raccoon. And so it's kind of a neat little mascot for the team, and being there in Madison and the greater Huntsville area, it's a really kind of a neat thing, and we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, it's great because they really got the community involved in Rocket City. They got to vote on what they would call their mascot and what they would call the team. And now you, of course, will come out and try to lead them to some victories. What's it mean to you to be leading those young men in the AA affiliate?
Well, just everything that kind of went on this winter. I left the Yankees and ended up having the opportunity to join the Los Angeles Angels. And to be able to go down to the Southeast where I grew up was really a special thing. The CEO and owner of the team, a guy named Ralph Nelson, was part of the Diamondback organization whenever we first started. So I've got a relationship with him that goes back 25 years or so, and so it's pretty important for me and exciting for me to be part of that franchise coming back into that area. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited about being in the Southeast. I've got a really good friend who's going to be my pitching coach this year. So there's a lot of things that are really exciting about this upcoming season.
And you know that you're a good person and your endeavors speak for themselves, that the Yankees would go out and hire you because you know what you were able to accomplish against them back in 2001. When you look at that World Series, what was it like for you and the memories that stand out?
Well, I'll tell you this. I loved working for the Yankees. I had a great 3 years with them. When we won the World Series back in 2001, to beat the Yankees was a great thing. And to have the opportunity to come here tonight, spend a little time with Jerry Colangelo, relive it a little bit is exciting. Listen, it's something I'll never forget. It's a huge part of the culture now in the Phoenix area, the state of Arizona, and so I've had that opportunity is really special.
All right, thank you so much, Jay Bell, for joining us. And as you know, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, you will always remember that great moment back in 2001. Jay Bell now moving on to be a Trash Panda. We wish you the best of luck in your new role.
Thanks so much, Kate. Appreciate it.
Guys, back upstairs to you.
I love that Trash Panda.
You gotta love it.
Raccoon.
Step back, boy, doesn't go early on here. Hopes fans will remain on their feet till they hit that bucket for the home team. Flavors looks for 3. That's in and out. Rebound for Brown. Great to see Jay Bell.
Yeah.
Great memories, of course. His arms extended high in the air. The shot of Mr. Colangelo in the stands. The World Series title.
So it was Gonzo that got the shot, but Bell who scored the run? Is that the deal? Okay.
Little shot off Mariano Rivera. He's got enough bat on it. Wow, no doubt about it.
Rog right down the red carpet there in the heart of the Lopes defense for a two-handed flush.
Johnson high. That doesn't go. Parag gathers the rebound. Heard that Jay Bell spoke to the recruits on Andy Stankowicz's staff for baseball. Right around the corner. Yeah. Spring training gets underway. Pitchers and catchers report in about a month.
Get out.
And around February 12th. Yeah.
Wow. I love spring training.
Yep.
That's my, I hate to say it, but that's my favorite time of the year. And spring training and the playoffs. I don't go to as many games as I used to go down to the D-backs, although I got a good connection down there. I always get in the suites. But yeah, and of course we got Kate Longwood. We need to get some tickets. How about Mikey Dixon? Was that Mikey Dixon getting in a bucket?
Dixon.
Mikey Dixon getting his second bucket tonight.
Good to see some other players other than Laver and Johnson.
Yeah, you ever see one of those pandas when they get caught and they're sneaking around like on a back porch or something?
Did you see that video recently?
No, I haven't.
Oh, there's a funny one. Speaking of pandas,
they look like little birds. Raccoons.
Yeah.
Did I say pandas?
No, I think I said pandas.
They look like little burglars the way they have that mask across their eyes.
There's one on Twitter I saw where they came outside and they froze, and one of them was on its back legs, behind legs, and it was like with its hands up, like it was like, and they didn't move. Like they thought, well, if I don't move, they won't see me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, we should probably talk basketball. Johnson. Oh, who doesn't get the bounce, pulled down by Davis. 6-point lead. They had it to half. Boyd to Aqua. Aqua looks for 3. Picked up by Brown.
Nice job by Brown coming over and helping out Laver. He had 2 guys to battle.
Brown took it, wanted it, didn't get it. Boyd. Back to Flavors Jr. Bounce backs to Parag, who's looked sharp here early on, second half. Kick back out, Boyd for three. Good. CBU hitting some threes while the Lopes just can't find the mark from beyond the arc. Blackshear. Boyd almost picked that off into Labor, working on Parag, turns right hand, doesn't go.
I thought he had him beat if he had just kept that right shoulder right into Parag's chest and with the left hand, but tried to come back to the right hand hook and wasn't able to get it to go, and then the Lancers in transition get fouled going underneath.
Blackshear foul. Aqua. As Coach Marley mentioned, that matchup's going to be a tall task for Blackshear.
Yeah, Coach Marley wiping his brow there. He had little beads of sweat starting to form as the Lancers now have pulled into a double-digit lead, a chance to add to it from the free throw line. Got to figure out a way to get these guys some high percentage shots or opportunities to get fouled so they can get to the line.
Associate head coach Marvin Menzies out. Scouting talent. Corners of the world.
Coach Williams down in North Carolina is also looking for some talent. He said he had the least talented bunch he's ever coached as the Tar Heels gave one up to Clemson for the first time in 90 years today.
This makes me uncomfortable when the head coach says that. Aren't they responsible for the players that are on their team?
Most definitely. Turnover for Lopes.
Ooh, almost picked off. Turnaround. Ball puts it home. Timeout. Marley got up out of his chair and has had enough here early on. The lead is now 10 for CBU. And there's 24 points. That was the lowest output at the half at San Diego State. And that's where the Lopes stand right now. A 14-2 run for CBU after the game was tied at 22. 3-0, New Mexico State on top. California Baptist, this is our fourth conference game already. They lost to New Mexico State. The Aggies won tonight. Kansas City 2-2, Seattle 1-1, Utah Valley and UTRGV along with Bakersfield stand at 1-1. Just early on, Chicago State in a familiar spot.
Yeah, they're in action tonight. They trying to get their first win, as GCU is here in the conference as well. And they're going to have to dig themselves out of a hole, and they've kind of done it to themselves. They lost touch of this team right before the half, and they've let that continue here in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half. So Coach Marley gets a quick timeout, wants to settle his team down.
The Lancers with 12 points off of turnovers. 9 turnovers for the Lopes. Aqua had 10 in the game at Bakersfield. Let's send it down to Kate Longwood.
Well, guys, hopefully the players picked up a thing or two at practice this week, especially when it comes to coaches' playing days. They know that Dan Marley can coach a team, but can he still play? Yeah, I think he's still got it. Courtesy of the Lopes insider Paul Coro, who was standing by at practice, got some great footage of Thunder Dan draining the threes. You know he had to go out there and show the guys he's still got it, right? I mean, that's why Scott Williams, before every game, has to go out there and try a half-court shot, right?
That's right, Kate. But see, like I and Coach Marley, we won't play any defense. We just want to launch the outside shots. We don't want to have to get back and backpedal on defense because we're at Achilles heel waiting to pop if we have to try to spring back on defense.
You mean move if you have to move?
At least you're getting out there and getting involved.
Yeah, he didn't put the ball on the floor one time, did he?
That was key. Dixon drives. Up high, doesn't go. No whistle. Picked up by Aqua.
Dixon got hurt there in the midsection, but he's trying to hustle back on defense.
Boy, wow. Flavors went up after that and went out of bounds. I feel like Mikey Dixon could really take over a game almost himself if he just Stepped it up a bit and felt more comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's nerves.
Yeah.
Like you've said, and Coach Majerle has said in your pregame, he has really played well in practice. Wow, Carlos Johnson tried to put the hammer down, couldn't get it to go.
Too far away from the bucket, high off the glass, and there's another 4-point turnaround, right?
Yeah, it's just, you got a guy flying in there for that dunk. You don't get it, but there's no balance defensively, and they give it the easy two the other way.
Blackshear can't hit from the arc. Oh, mercy from three-point land.
Seems like there's been 2 plays where Carlos Johnson's had opportunities at the rim, hasn't get either one to go, and then the Lancers get layups going back the other way. And it's almost like that's a little 8-0 run in itself.
15-32, just that close.
Exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
Time. Never enough hours in the day, not enough days in the week. But you always make time for work, for play, for creating a brighter future. GCU's Colangelo College of Business puts you first, so you can earn your MBA degree online on your time. To advance your career in business, it takes support from those around you. There's never been a better time to become tomorrow's leader than now. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu/MBA.
GCU men's basketball is brought to you in part by Sanderson Ford. The best play on a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. By BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. And by SRP, delivering water and power. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth from Phoenix, Arizona, campus of Grand Canyon University. As the Lopes trail the Lancers 38-24.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it by the Havocs. They're having some fun tonight with this dance song here. Hopefully the Lopes can get a rhythm to their offensive game here. Gotta get a stop right here.
Applied by Johnson. Loose ball. Aqua. Johnson on the floor. Picked it up. Pushes it back to Oakpo. Johnson with some hustle after that break.
Yeah, all out effort. That's a great job by Johnson.
Stepping it up. Drives. Baseline. Doesn't go. Trying to get his own rebound. Dodged. Puts it on the floor. Trying to come up. No whistle.
Now playing hard underneath, and Carlos Johnson on both ends. Trying to get that body contact, couldn't get that one to go. Fights for it one more time, and then he goes up hard here again. Looked like he got cracked from behind. I think the player in front was in a pretty legal position, but
big right hand by Morrison over the top.
Morrison kind of got the ball, but came down and right across the side of Johnson's head as well.
Back to Johnson. I feel like he really needs that bucket. There's the whistle.
I believe Coach Majerle got after his team and really challenged them to go out there and compete, play harder. And Carlos Johnson received that message and is doing it on both sides of the floor.
Johnson at the line.
That little energy outburst there by Carlos Johnson will be just enough to become infectious among the rest of his teammates here on this defensive play, and you get more and more guys playing with that sort of intensity.
Get it out on that second shot. Big dunk. Look at Carlos Johnson. Effort. Didn't come up with it. Qual. Open look. Qual down low. Morrison all alone.
Oh,
Somebody's got to
break.
look out for that back door.
Yeah, Oakpoke also came out here and dove on the floor for the loose ball, and he wasn't able to get it and left the back line of the defense very vulnerable.
Later turns around and puts it home.
He's becoming so comfortable down on that left block of being able to make that left shoulder turn to that right hand hook. I guess that was the right block on that particular play.
Flavors Jr. long three. Big rebound. Pulled down by Morris and a quick back to Flavors and in.
Those offensive rebounds can be a killer. Those long balls shot from the outside tend to bounce out a little bit further, really meaning you have to box out, push your player back out away from the rim.
Paul called for the foul.
Yeah, they're trying to go to Johnson and Laver every time on the offensive end. It's just good if they can keep delivering, but you just hope that they don't run out of gas. It's already a 15-point disadvantage. Somebody else has got to step up.
Nottage and Morrison out. Laver leaves for Johnson. Johnson looking for some room. Through the paint and in!
Young man's playing. He's not looking at the scoreboard. He's just decided, I'm just going to go out there and play. Anybody else want to compete with me, I'll welcome that. But right now, if I have to, I'll do it myself.
Well, that's the sad part of it, right?
Yeah,
come on, guys,
it's supposed
step
to be
up
a
and
team
play
game.
hard.
Right, it's supposed to be a team game, but you got two players that have been playing hard all night and competing. I'm not going to say that they're not trying. I'm just saying that they got to find another gear. This is conference play. This is time where you really got to elevate your game.
Ball bounce pass inside. Loose. Davis lost it. Out, stepped out. Prague. It'll belong to GCU.
Yeah, there you go. Now that's several stops.
Yep.
Getting some momentum going, starting to try to build something with Johnson. Get him the ball again. I think he wants the basketball. I think anything that goes on offensively should probably run through CJ.
26 points combined. The rest of the team just 4. Jenkins. Back to Laver. Dixon, wide open. Kisses it. Wow, that was a little awkward.
That scared me for a second because I thought Mikey Dixon was going to go in there and really flush that basketball with two hands, and he kind of decided at the last minute he wanted to lay it off the glass, but the angle was so poor, he had to big hand it in his right hand and kind of bang it off the backboard. Look at this one more time. He comes in and all like he's going to dunk it, then decides, oh, wait, I ought to use the glass. It frightened me.
He's a guy that could add that support for Laver and Johnson. Lead is now 10.
That's one of those, you'll take the 2 points any way you can get them. Sometimes a dunk can really electrify a crowd, though.
For every 3-point shot that GCU makes, Canyon State Credit Union will make a donation to the Students Inspiring Student Scholarship. For more information, go to giving.gcu.edu. Let's get back into this game quickly if they could find their rhythm beyond the arc, where they are 0 for 9 tonight. Good looking future Lopes there. The race is about to begin.
Oh, is this where they take one of the students and they pass them hand to hand over their heads all the way to the top of the stage?
I think you should do that.
Which one? Which part?
Be the student that they, that they push you up. No,
they would drop me and I'd go down on my neck or my back, and it would never be the same again.
Be terrible. I can't believe I even suggested it.
Yeah, what were you thinking? Nobody wants to see that.
The visual would be kind of funny. I didn't want you to get hurt.
Oh my God, my tight suit, probably a shirt would probably come out of my
Some freshman would be underneath you.
Nobody would want to see that.
Off the glass and in.
Got to protect that middle. Too many buckets inside here in the second half for the Lancers.
Just 3 Lopes players have scored tonight. Nobody off the bench. 7 players have scored for CBU. They've gotten 10 off of their bench. Pushed back out by CBU into the hands of Mikey Dixon. 11 on the shot clock, 10. Dixon moving, pushes back out. Johnson trying to weave his way through heavy traffic. Short, Johnson punches it back himself.
Carlos Johnson is just a man possessed on that offensive end right now. And there's a nice dish off by Mikey Dixon, but Carlos Johnson just kind of rode right in his vapors to the basket. Jake wasn't able to get the first one to go, but gets the follow-up offensive board.
Johnson with 6 this half. Aqua, quick to Prague, down at his feet, picked up by Oakbo. Under 12 to go. Lopes trying to fight their way back. Down by 10, Laver backing it on Prague. Into the paint, big right hand, short, little flat. Oh, got a little manhandle, foul called.
One by Carlos Johnson, just hard to the basket, just will not be denied. 10-point disadvantage for the Lopes, but they got a little bit of momentum going.
Let's actually do it right.
Hi guys, what's up? Have you guys ever heard of Ask GCU?
I have heard of it.
I have before, yeah.
What is your favorite Ask GCU episode?
Why should go to GCU?
Probably the best food place.
You know, we all love food. Yeah. So probably that episode.
What's the best way to drink a stampede?
Go-karts.
What is your favorite Ask GCU episode?
All of them.
Yeah, thank you.
My favorite episode is probably where they asked about the Chick-fil-A line.
Breakfast one's pretty good.
The one where you guys talk about the best places to have breakfast on campus and everyone said Chick-fil-A.
That's the best breakfast I've ever had.
The Welcome Week episode.
The Welcome Week one, that one's really clutch.
The Welcome Week, where Brittany jumps around into people's cars and asks them questions. Remember, kids, don't get into people's vehicles.
I just really like you guys.
I just like it when you're in it.
You too.
Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
Welcome back. Right now, the Lopes trail Calabasas Lancers by 10 with just under 12 minutes to go in the second half. And as Dan Marley preps his team to go up against this team right now, we visit a former player and what he's up to now. Darian Clark, we always love covering here in a Lopes uniform. He really brought some heart and hustle to the game. But apparently he's pretty athletic too. We saw that on the basketball court, but how about his football skills? Recently, Clark just signed a reserve future contract with the Chicago Bears. He will join the franchise as a tight end. He'll be out at OTAs. And Scott, I know this is not the Green Bay Packers and you guys are rivals with the Bears, but I mean, you've got to root for this story. Absolutely incredible. He was a former high school quarterback, comes on to GCU to play basketball, goes on to now play professional football. We wish him the best of luck. And how about the Lopes football program? Not only are they undefeated, but they now have a signed player playing in the NFL. I got that from Paul Cora.
Yeah, that's really cool. DC was one of my favorite guys. He's one of these hard hat lunch belt kind of dudes when he came over here from USC and really provided some, you know, senior leadership out on there on the floor as well. I really wish him well, even though he's playing for the team down south, the Chicago Bears. You know, my Packers got a tough one tomorrow, by the way, Barry, against those Sea Chickens. Coming into Lambeau Field where it's going to be 20 degrees, feel like 7. It's going to be snowing. Can't wait.
How about the Titans over the Ravens here?
Oh, the Titans
Not
beat
much
the
of a
Ravens?
game there, so I wouldn't even bother with that one. Push back out, Armstrong, Qual. Back out, open look, Boyd. Off to Mark. Dixon with the rebound.
Here we go. Lopes on a roll.
Ooh, look at that move, Dixon. Back out, Labor, near side, Jenkins.
Not able to get it go. I thought Mikey Dixon, if he could have got that ball back to Laver when he came off that screen a little bit faster, Laver might have had an opportunity to shoot. But then he had to throw it over to Jenkins. He's been struggling tonight. I'm not quite sure why he thought that was a good opportunity to fire up a 3.
Oh, that was a beautiful feed there.
They really have been slicing and dicing inside that GCU painted area here with player movement, ball movement, doing a nice job getting them high percentage shots around the rim.
Nottage, step back. From Mark. Nottage with the rebound. Leaves for Boyd.
Yeah, this is opportunity for Carlos Johnson to get a little rest. Mikey Dixon feeling he's got to step up offensively.
Ooh, lost him. Brown. Looking for some room off the glass, and in Isaiah Brown.
Nice job attacking. Isaiah Brown got that steal and took it coast to coast.
First bucket for Brown.
Welcome to the party, Brown. That's a good time for a basket there. And don't try to keep that thing under double figures, that deficit under double figures.
Boyd, Okpo in front of him.
Tough matchup that time by Okpo. Got Boyd out there, and he being 6'1", and Okpo is a very quick-footed player, but this guy's just awfully quick with the ball, gives him a series of moves, and Okpo overcommits on that move to the left, and Boyd all smiles as he comes back, gets the hoop in the arm.
He's blocked by a fathead here. His first time. The line of sight was blocked by some large head.
Yeah,
the Habits are holding
that's
up.
President Mueller. They got Mueller on a fathead down here.
Moving on down. Brown cuts in. Ooh, lost the handle a bit. Gonna somehow end up in labor. That doesn't go.
Labor thought he got hit on the elbow, causing that ball to come up a little short. I might tend to agree with him.
Cheer. Aqua hands off to Boyd. Back to Armstrong. 3, big rebound. Going up and getting it, Blackshear. 7th rebound for Blackshear. Stops, pops. Good! Come on, Blackshear!
That's the one Blackshear can make. That's a comfortable shot for him. Right there at the corner of the key.
Welcome to the party. Joins Isaiah Brown this half for their first bucket. 8:45 and counting. 9-point CBU lead. Boyd takes the handoff from Aqua. Yeah, Boyd puts the ball on the floor a lot. Up and back. Up over the top. Doesn't go.
No, Lopes will take that all day long. If he wants a tricky dribble out there, let their defense load up, and then he takes that long outside shot. Easy opportunity for the Lopes to come up with that rebound.
Johnson drives. Foul. Glenn Morrison.
They got Morrison. He tried to come up and get in that driving lane, but Carlos Johnson's just so tricky at getting to the outside of the defender's body. Get just outside of those letters and numbers and getting that contact, and then getting the opportunity to blow that whistle and get himself to the free throw line. 14 points, 6 boards tonight, diving on the floor, knocking balls away. Carlos Johnson, this is his 3rd really good basketball game. He's in double figures in Eastern Illinois here. Went on the road, as we talked about, against Bakersfield, put up those 17 points, and he's playing like a man possessed tonight, trying to get his team back in this ball game.
It's both. 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Seven-point CBU lead. Aqua. Boyd back to Aqua. Morrison out there. Cuts back in, goes low. Davis. Boyd back to Davis. Labor comes over. Flavors Jr. from that comfortable spot beyond the arc. Knocked out.
Well, that was really good communication by the Lopes that time. They did a nice job of switching back. They were able to get... Sorry, I have a little technical difficulty here with my microphone. They were able to get Blackshear switched back out to the perimeter.
So the Lopes trying to claw their way back into it, 49-42. We're seeing some buckets from other Lopes players other than the likes of Alessandro Labor and Carlos Johnson, as Mikey Dixon has been heard from, Javon Blackshear has been heard from, and the wardrobe of
Some issues there here with my headset.
There's a string link. Stop it. He's okay. No alarm sounded here. It's good to see some of the Lopes contributing, other than Labor and Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the effort. You know, Brown, Mikey Dixon, Blackshear now. They're following the lead of guys like Labor and Carlos Johnson. So a lot of time left to go in this basketball game. They've been chipping away at that deficit. Got themselves right back in this game.
It's been kind of hot and cold. Mikey Dixon definitely stepping up here in the second half for GCU, and he definitely could be a deciding factor if the Lopes claw their way back into the game.
Yeah, Mikey Dixon's been more in attack mode and going to the basket like Carlos Johnson here in the second half. He got this one here on the baseline. Was kind of his third in a series of buckets where really got himself ignited.
Coach Marley drawing it up there for the Lopes. Alessandro Labor has definitely been heard from here tonight. 16 points.
Well, Labor just does a good job of mixing up the in and the outside game. And when he gets his feet set, those guys deliver a ball somewhere between his waistband and his letters. He normally knocks it down. And he's only got that one foul, which is a good situation.
Wow, Carlos Johnson was pretty.
That's good. I mean, look at the attack nature of this Lopes team. Whatever it was, Coach Marley and said to his basketball club during one of those timeouts, they have taken to heart. Now look at, force another turnover.
6-0 run for GCU.
This one more time by Carlos Johnson. He just slips it right up over the big guy, and no, he's not going to be denied. No more of those outside shots for Johnson and Mikey Dixon. They're just putting their heads down and going to the bucket.
Davis checks back in for Morrison. Davis all over Labor. Johnson stops, pops, no. Rebound, pulled down by Flavors Jr.
That's another one of those shots that Johnson's comfortable taking just a step beyond the elbow, right in front of the basket. 5-point game, though. I mean, the Lopes have not really played their A game, but they're found a way to stick around.
Paul, Boyd, Blackshear, keeping an eye on him. Johnson might have got a hand on it. Can't put it home. The Lancers. Johnson pulled down that rebound.
Did you see where Johnson came from to try to swat at that drive? Oh, my goodness. He traveled 8 feet to get over there and block that shot.
Brown cuts back in. Top of the key. Inside to Labor. Davis eyeing him. Trying to back in with that right shoulder. Goes to his left. Off the glove and in the bucket.
Wow, things got real interesting up here at GCU Arena now. The Lopes just a 1-point possession away from being able to tie this game on an 8-0 run. Looking good. Everything's going to the hole.
8-0 run. Ooh, look where that ball ended up.
All because of the pressure of Labor 30 feet away from the basket. Caused the player to do more than he wanted with it. No communication offensively. Lancers are discombobulated.
The last time CBU won at GCU was in 1964. Johnson, oh! Denied! Aqua on the run. Stops, pops, doesn't go. Rebound, put back by Davis.
I don't know if Johnson got that shot blocked or if he just didn't elevate and glide far enough when the rim got him.
Brown took it. Foul called.
I'm going to see this one more time by Johnson. Let's see if he, oh, the ball's kind of come up out of his hand as he started to bring it down. It came down his wrist. He wasn't able to get it to go. And then again, when a GCU player at the rim doesn't get it.
Another 4 points here.
Yeah, it's like the 2 you don't get and the 2 they get at the rim. It's almost like a 4-point swing.
Back to Labor. Baseline. Double team. Push back. Brown. High up the glass. Not there. Rebound pulled down by Labor. Labor backing in. Big left hand doesn't go. Labor wants it again. Right hand. Tip back into the hands of CBU. Flavors Jr.
My goodness, 5 attempts and the Lopes couldn't get neither to fall. Unbelievable. I like the aggressive play. Stay on that glass. The more you go, the more you're going to get. Eventually, one of those will fall. Can they get a stop here on the defensive end?
Hammock's trying to rally the team. Aqua moves. Far side. Oh, Qual had to pull it down with his right hand. Gathers it in. Battling. Johnson.
Johnson thought he got hit with the off arm on the drive. Qual was aggressive as Johnson was trying to be super aggressive to poke that ball away. Unfortunately, Qual got to the bucket.
Floater, Blackshear. That doesn't go.
My goodness. They had some great looks from right around the rim, but can't get it to go down. The Blackshear out here putting the pressure on.
By the double. Aqua. Boyd had to gather it in.
They don't want any part of dribbling the ball around Blackshear right now. He is up in there, J-O-C-K.
11 on the shot clock. Okpo's going to make his way back in. Jenkins as well. Johnson's going to take a breather. Hopefully not long. Laver's going to be out as well. Hopefully get them rested. For a flurry. Ooh, almost picked off by Dixon. Aqua gathers it in. Flavors. Ooh, tipped out Jenkins. 6 on the shot clock.
Deflections and steals. Lopes are playing really tenacious defense.
Timeout on the floor. Coach Croy, Coach Marley. The Lancers call timeout. 4:21 on the clock. 53-46 on the clock. We've got a game as the Lopes rally.
Curiosity fuels you. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems, you're helping to build a better tomorrow. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
It takes great determination to lead a Division I team. But for some of us, it just comes naturally.
Well, that's looking good. Popcorn. 53-46. CBU on top of the Lopes. Johnson and Laver on the bench, taking a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, I can't even look at that popcorn. That's one of my triggers. I'm trying to lose some weight here to start the new year.
You and me both.
Every time I go to the movie theater at the iPic, they give you a free bag of popcorn, and I can't
Like a
turn
little
it down.
butter on that, sir?
I go, I'm just gonna take a little off the top. I'm down there chugging the whole bag into my mouth hole before the movie even starts.
You ever try any accent on your popcorn?
What's that?
That food tenderizer accent?
No.
Try a little of that.
Oh, okay.
Little tip there.
Pulling me up here.
Yeah. They got all that stuff at the movie theaters, you know, all the
the flavored toppings. Yeah, I hadn't gotten into those yet. I'm old school.
Yeah.
I do a little butter every now and again, but I'm mostly just a heavy salt guy.
Heavy salt, which isn't really good for you.
No, not really.
It's like they got Blackshear.
Trying to get healthy here. It's 2020. Tired of being stiff and fat. Got to lose some weight.
Well, New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the 23rd, I'll be able to button the sport coat.
Yeah, I'm almost.
Seattle U.
I'm almost back down to that weight I was to start 2019 when I started my diet.
Oh, here we go. No, I don't. Oh, no.
There
See,
go.
look at the willpower.
She's saying
it's
no,
like
right?
trying to tempt her.
Yeah.
No, I told you once, sweetheart, I don't want any popcorn.
Push her. All right, though, the Lancers have been able to raise that. They're on a 6-0 run. It was a one-possession game, and Lancers had gone on that 6-0 run. Now they got a back to 9-point advantage. And Lopes got to answer with a bucket here.
Dixon, back out, Blackshear. In the paint, stops.
Just wasn't able to get that right foot to stay in place as it slid along the floor. Caused him, the referee, to have to blow the whistle. It was obvious. It slid some 12 to 18 inches along that lane line. Lopes got to get a stop and start making their move here. You're under 4 minutes to play, and you're down by 9. Time is becoming a factor.
Aqua in the corner, all alone is Flavors Jr.
Oh, well, it's corner threes, I think, when they had 2 going to the break at half from the GCU bench, and that one right there when the Lopes needed to stop. That might be too much if the Lopes could have to hit some threes here to end this basketball game.
Blackshear from three-point land, now 1 of 11.
Yeah, put that pressure on him. Can't let him take 30 seconds off this clock.
Johnson called for the foul. Under 3 minutes to go, 2:54. Taking their time. Aqua. Drives. Not gonna happen. Jenkins leaves for Blackshear. Blackshear on the run.
Good D.
Finds an opening. Blackshear not gonna drop. Foul.
Tough break that time by Blackshear. I thought for sure he was going to get that layup to go.
Boyd. Open look, Qual. Leaves for Boyd.
Coach Trey would have gone crazy, cray-cray, if Qual would have shot that three. He wants him to burn a little clock.
7 on the shot clock. 6, 5. Boyd. Stopping beyond the key. Short. Rebound. Picked up by Mikey Dixon. Fourth side off the wing.
Got under 2 to play here. Lopes down by 9.
Stop, pop. Good, Mikey Dixon.
Now they only gave him 2 on that as Dixon had a foot on the line, but that's a bucket GCU desperately needed. Now a 7-point disadvantage, 1:48 to play, a lot of time. Yeah, Mikey Dixon never got back out there behind that 3-point line, but a good look there right in front of the basket. Lopes will take that every time. Nice pick by Lafer. Boy, just crumbled on that screen. Love when those big guys go out there and lay the wood on a would-be defender.
1:48 on the clock. 7-point CBU lead.
You know, Coach Marley has been playing man-to-man all game long. I know it's short time left, but if they can't get a turnover here in the backcourt, it'd be interesting to see if they don't go to some sort of half-court zone defense or trapping zone defense, even in the half-court. Try to make the Lancers play a little faster and an opportunity to maybe create a turnover.
Boyd into Aqua. Double team. Boyd quickly. Busting through the press. Loose ball picked off Jenkins. Carlos Johnson stops, pops. Oh, in and out. Loose ball.
Well, they got the turnover that they wanted on the double team. Unfortunately, Carlos Johnson just a little flat with that jump shot. Came up a little short. You got to wonder if he's out of gas. He missed that dunk that he normally throws down. He came up a little short. You wonder if his legs are giving out on him. Logging heavy minutes tonight.
Double team. Bust through it. Ball. Ooh, Laver got a hand on that, though.
Don't know what he was thinking, where he was thinking he should be going on that.
Mikey Dixon. Hoop and a harm!
Nice play by Mikey Dixon as he just put his head down that right wing and hung in the air, Jordan-esque fashion, and waits for the contact, gets it, double clutch up off the glass to soften the shot. Opportunity to cut this disadvantage to 4 points. Beautiful play by Mikey Dixon.
10 points in the second half from Mikey Dixon, 4 of 6 from the field.
He's really come alive.
Make it 11.
Okay, 4-point game. Lopes with that full court pressure once again.
Ball. Boyd holding on to it.
No reason to foul here.
1 minute remaining. Off of his foot.
Oh, that went over the line.
Over the line.
That went over the line. Odd when they put the ball in their best player's hand and he was not able to do anything with it. And went off of his Adidas and into the back court.
Aqua, who had 10 turnovers against Bakersfield, unofficially credited with 6 here tonight. Long three. Good! Mikey Dixon from three-point land.
Wow, Lopes get a quick timeout. Nice job. Another big pick by Alessandro Labor to free Mikey Dixon. He had to think about it. Defense never came out to challenge him, and he said, I gotta shoot it. You leave me this wide open.
The CBU lead is 46.9 on the clock.
No quitting this GCU basketball team. Taking on the personality of their head coach, Mikey Dixon says, okay, big fella, you gonna stay that far back off me, I'm gonna have to pull the trigger. And bang, bang, bang. 3 right to the basket. Mikey Dixon loves it.
The Lopes have not led since they were up 2-0 to begin the game. Mikey Dixon, 2 points in the opening half, 12 in the second half.
How about this offensive explosion by the GCU basketball team when they were just about ready to be left for dead on the side of the road. Another victim of the Lancers and are in their 8 of 9. They have managed to put together a 11-0 run here to get within 1 with 46.9 seconds to play. I have to be honest, I was just about ready to throw in the towel on this one, and a series of mental mistakes by the Lancers on the offensive end, some quick shots, penetrations going nowhere that led to turnovers and easy runouts, and the Lopes find themselves right back in this ball game. After having only 2 turnovers in the first half, the Lancers have committed 9 turnovers here in the second half and 3 critical turnovers down the stretch here.
Here we go.
All right, these big heads are a problem, aren't they?
Up on our feet as well. Boyd taking time. 16-15 on the shot clock. Blackshear eyeing him.
Boyd's going to want to attack the basket.
When's he going to move? Coming out for support, Davis. Boyd over the corner around Labor and in.
That's what he does best. Now the Lopes got to get something quick in transition. 2 or a 3.
Dixon trying to step back. Long 3. Oh, it doesn't go. Rebound. Flavors Jr. They're going to have to foul.
Well, GCU was out of timeouts. If you're wondering why they didn't call timeout and try to set up a play in the final seconds, Mikey Dixon got a shot from where he previously had just gotten a shot, and that's a tough one right there. You got to know your personnel. Boyd in those situations likes to drive the ball, and then Dixon one more time just wasn't able to shake big Davis out there and had to crack up a contested 3 and just came off the left side of the rim. Now the Havoc's trying to bring up the decibel level in here and rattle the free throw shoot. Just a 1-and-1, so got a rebound and miss. And go with it. Oh, he makes it.
Timeout called by the Lancers.
Lancers call timeout, Coach Croy. The lead is 4. 8.5 on the clock.
Yeah, he used his last timeout. He wants to make absolutely sure the Lancers understand the situation. Made or missed, they're going to be up 4 or 5 points. Last thing that they want to do is, if they're up 4 points, is foul a three-point shooter, have that ball go through the net, and then send a Lopes player to the free throw line. So it's 8.5 seconds to go. They'll try to put some light pressure on the Lopes, but they're willing to let them have any shot they want and not even contest it, whether it be a layup or a three-point shot. They do not want that clock to stop. They missed it.
Johnson, quickly. Twist turns, underhand, doesn't go. CBU victorious 61-57, their first victory here at GCU since 1964.
Well, you got to give the Lancers a lot of credit. They came out here in the second half and they really played a good second half. They buckled a little bit the final 3 minutes, but found a way to hold on and get the victory. GCU will learn from this one here and get ready to go out on the road for 2.
So the Lopes dropped to 0-2 on the season. The Lancers improved to 3-1 in conference play. We'll be back to wrap things up from GCU Arena in Phoenix. Once again, the final score, CBU 61-57 over GCU.
When it comes to school spirit, we do it best. Lopes up.
Lopes up. Lopes up. Lopes up from Afghanistan.
You use the latest technology to treat patients, but your care and compassion is timeless. Advancing your career means helping more patients and providing even more care. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/online.
GCU, they give you the tools to find what your purpose truly is. My name is Joseph, and I'm earning my Bachelor of Arts degree at GCU.
There's thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Back at GCU Arena, where the Lopes fall to the Lancers 61-57. The Lancers victorious. They improve to 3-1 in conference play. Well, it was just a battle. The Lopes did come back. Mikey Dixon, who you didn't hear from in the opening half, he stormed back, had 12 points in that second half. They tried to make a game out of it, but you know, you got to put together 2 solid halves of basketball.
Yeah, offensively they didn't have it tonight, but you have to give them a lot of credit because they stayed with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can pull a game out of the fire, down 13 points here in the second half, about 4 or 5 minutes to go. Didn't look like they were ever going to get anything going, but Carlos Johnson was the one that just kind of kept fighting, and it became infectious. And Mikey Dixon started doing it. The Blackshear started doing it. And next thing you know, they have that 11-0 run, and it's a 1-point game.
Yep.
Fortunately, they went to Boyd, who's been hot, 50 points over his last 2 games. Another big play here down the stretch. They get the victory.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap too to CBU. They're playing really good basketball out of the gate. They're 3-1 in conference play in their second year of D1 eligibility for California Baptist. Time now for our Canyon State Credit Union Player of the Game. Canyon State Credit Union committed to you, our co-players, Alessandro Laver and Carlos Johnson.
Yeah, first Laver, I mean, he really did a nice job offensively. Just really efficient, 7 of 15 to go with those 6 boards, got down and to the free throw line 4 times, knocked down all of those free throws. And Carlos Johnson had to be a volume shooter tonight because there was nobody else able to make anything. So just 6 of 19 for those 18 points, but it was a lot of shots around the rim. Like he'd miss a shot, then get his own rebound, and go up again and miss a shot, and get his rebound again. So he got a lot of field goal attempts in there, and he was working hard. So I like the way both of those guys play. And then let's give some Mikey Dixon. Horrible in the first half, but they came back in the second half and stuck with it. 3 plays to the bucket in the second half to really get himself going. I love this drive out of this right wing here, hard to the basket. It's fantastic. And I just like the way this kid said, you know what, I can't let the first half bother me and disrupt the whole game. I got another 20 minutes to go out here and play. He had 2 points in the first half and 12 in the second.
14 points for Mikey Dixon, with 12 of those coming in the second half. Let's revisit your Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Yeah, they tried to get out to a fast start. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. Just 1 of 7 shooting, 0 for 8 from behind the arc there in that first half. And I thought they did a good job with the 405 rush hour traffic in that first half. They were able, Lancers weren't able to get anything going. The Lopes were fantastic defensively. They just lost touch with about a minute to go, gave up 2 corner threes that gave the Lancers some momentum going to the locker room. They had a 6-point advantage, and they came out and played better in the second half as a result of that. But I thought the Lopes played really good, and in the heart of a champion. They didn't have their A game tonight, but they competed. And I think Coach Majerle will be real proud of his team's effort.
Especially in the second half. So you look at the upcoming schedule for GCU basketball. They travel to the Windy City, Chicago, taking on Chicago State, the Cougars, on Thursday. They return to Kansas City on Saturday before returning here to GCU Arena on the 23rd against Seattle University, Utah Valley. And their new head coach, Mark Madsen, coming in with the Wolverines, Utah Valley, that on Saturday the 25th, before traveling back on the road to close out the month at UTRGV. But that'll do it from GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes fall to the Lancers 61-57. Please join Michael Potter, Paul Coro, 1580 AM, 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM. The 16th and the 18th as they travel to Chicago State and KC. Our next telecast, January 23rd, and the Lopes host Seattle University. But until then, for Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Vitale, wishing you a wonderful evening.